This is part 5 of my video series about our cruise through the Panama Canal on the Emerald Princess. Today we're docking in Fuerte Amador, Panama, and I think I am the most excited about our adventure that we have planned for today. Fuerte Amador is on the Pacific end of the Panama Canal, and many cruise ships dock here for a port stop on the day prior to the entrance to the canal. Once again, our ship backed into port. If I swing toward the front of the ship, I can see Panama City in the distance. Beside us are boats of all sizes, and far in the distance I can make out several container ships awaiting their turn to go into the canal. There's a lot of construction going on at this port, as it looks like they're building a brand new cruise terminal. It's about a half-hour drive to get into Panama City, but we're going far away from the city. We bounced out of the construction zone into a pretty stretch of road with a scenic sea walk. As we leave the port area, we drive through several communities. This one is Balboa Town. I settle in for our hour-and-a-half drive in the beginning of our adventure. We unload here at the Chagres River. It is at the end of the dry season here, and the water level is really low. See those canoes? We are lining up to board these motorized dugout canoes. Each canoe holds about 8 to 10 passengers, plus a guide in the front with a pole, and a guide in the back operating the motor. We have loaded our canoe now, and away we go. Since the water levels are so low, there were a few times we drug, and the poor guy had to use his pole to get us unstuck from the bottom. One time we were stuck, another canoe just sailed right on by. The scenery is just gorgeous, and the breeze is refreshing. Up ahead, folks are getting out of the canoes and climbing up a hillside. We make our way to the shore to do the same. The villagers assist us to get out of the canoes and welcome us into their village with smiles, flutes, and drums. The hard-packed earth makes a great staircase. I wonder on rainy season if this becomes a mud path. My first destination is the restroom, and I'm so glad there is one. It's in this white building ahead. To the right is the gathering demonstration hut. The tribal leader speaks his native language as one of the excursion guides interprets. The leader tells us that there are several Embera villages along the river. He explains that they used to raise a lot of crops and make their living through farming, but now they depend mostly on tourism. One of the women demonstrates her technique for drying grasses and making baskets. She also explains their clothing. They are wearing special occasion attire today. The women's tops are covered in thin metal silver discs. Not real silver or coins like they would have been years ago. When they're in the village without visitors, they will not wear the tops. Women tie a colorful rectangular cloth around themselves as their skirts. The men are wearing beaded cover-ups and decorations. On a day without visitors, they would just have a loincloth. When going into town, they wear normal Western clothing to blend in with the people of the city. The leader of the village shows some of the carving that they do also. Next, the ladies bring out a light meal for everyone. Grilled fish and fried plantains all wrapped up in a banana leaf. Then some of the older girls balance platters of fresh fruit on their heads. The fruit is served buffet style. We're given some time to enjoy our meal and to explore the village. I found the kitchen where our fish was prepared. And there's a large shopping area where each family has a booth of merchandise for sale. I thought things were finished, but we were called back to the gathering hut, where we were given a demonstration of native music and several different tribal dances, finally allowing some of us to join in at the end. We said goodbye to the villagers and boarded our canoe. This time they decided to let most of us sit single file instead of putting 2 people on any of the benches. We didn't drag quite as much on the way back. We drove back to Fuerte Amador in air-conditioned comfort. As we neared the port, I noticed the Bio Museum, and I filed that away in my brain for a future visit. Once again, we are driving by the seawalk, and somewhere on this side in the distance is the canal. We make our way back through the construction area toward the ship. Isn't that going to be a gorgeous cruise terminal when it's finished? The motor coach drops us off very close to the gangway to reboard the ship. The port provides complimentary shuttle buses for those who want to go into the port shopping area. They were parked right outside our ship and easy to find. It's only about a 10-minute ride. The shuttle driver has a noticeable handwritten sign to encourage tips. Now we're entering the business area, and we'll go around the corner and the bus will drop us off behind these shops. Once unloaded, tourists can catch other tours and taxis from here or walk through the shops back to the waterfront and explore what the port area has to offer. My return shuttle bus really had some character. I had such an enjoyable day in Panama. I look forward to dinner in the main dining room tonight and getting up early tomorrow to enjoy our sail through the Panama Canal. This is Shirley with Shirley's Journeys, and I hope all of your journeys are pleasant ones.